cement manufacturing. Okay, so there are 3 ways of manufacturing: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. This is one method. First method, different stages I am discussing. Stage 1, you have to get the ingredient materials. What are the ingredients? One is the calcareous material, that is calcium carbonate, and other one is argillaceous material, that is actually the clay. 2 things are required mainly for cement manufacturing. One is the calcium carbonate material, calcium carbonate in some form, limestone, some type of limestone, and another is the clay that is available at the river bed, that is available at the some sort of hills. Okay, this is clay. So these 2 special type of things, one is the limestone, another is the clay. That is the major material. Then it will undergo preliminary crushing.
So aluminium clay?
Aluminum silicate materials. The clay contains aluminum silicate material. It should be full of aluminum silicate. Silica and silicate. Silica is SiO2 and silicate like calcium silicate, CaSiO3. Okay, so MnSiO3. This type of compounds, they are called silicates. So silica and silicates always mix together. It is there in the clay. Hey! Stop talking immediately. Listen to me. Don't know why you are talking. So this clay and calcium carbonate, calcareous material and argillaceous material, these 2 things will be necessary. These are 2 major ingredients, and after that it will undergo preliminary crushing. Preliminary crushing means you have a huge lump broken into small lump. Okay, huge material is broken into small pieces. That is the preliminary crushing. Crushing means some sort of hammering action, and after that you have fine grinding mills. It will make things powdery. As good powder you can make, the better cement it will be. So it should be very good grinded cement powder, grinded powder before mixing also. You have to make things very fine. Then it goes to elevator. The elevator will carry the thing up, and there is a correction silos. That means the size of the particles which is filtered over there. Mesh size is there. Which particle will be selected and which will not selected. The not selected one will be rejected, and that will be again grinded. And selection is done over there by some sort of mesh. And you get mesh, you know, MESH mesh is a sort of filter net that will collect the required size particulates, and the particulates that is not desirable here will be rejected, but it will go back to the grinding mill. Nothing is rejected, okay, but it is not accepted there in that stage, and it is going to the again into the crushing mill, grinding mill, so that it can become fine powder again, once again. Means you cannot expect that always the fine crushing will be there in one step. Maybe again second step grinding will be required, so it is going to the grinding mill once more. Okay, so this is called correction silos. Correction silos means actually filtering. Mesh size, particle size analysis or collection. Which one is desirable, that is collected, not desirable size is rejected. That's separation. And percentage, how much of what will be added up. This is done in the correction silos. Okay, how much this calcareous material and how much is the argillaceous material, this mixing, binding, these 2 things are blended together. How much this blend, percentage of blending, that is all done into correction silos. Then going to rotary kiln. Next is going to rotary kiln. And what is kiln? Kiln means some sort of tower, and rotary means it is rotating. Okay, and usually it is rotating horizontally, not vertically. This rotation, this rotary kiln is actually, this tower is horizontally rotating like this, not vertical rotation. It is horizontally rotating like this. And what is the purpose of this rotation? Thorough mixing of the 2. These 2 things we are taking, na? This powder, both are powder. One is calcareous material and another is argillaceous material. Both are blended together, and this is always rotating in the rotary kiln and heated also. Heating and rotating both are done here. Okay, so elevator clinker storage. When you heat it, in the rotary kiln, when you heat it, kiln is a tower. Kiln is a tower. So when in the rotary kiln, when you are heating, the fine powder again will become lump. But this lump is made of two things, not one. So you are getting clinkers. Okay, some chips, that is called clinker. Some chips will be formed here. It is not powdery anymore. Because of heating, they are blended together, and heating, it is forming some sort of chips. It is called clinker. So elevator clinker storage. It is going into some higher altitude. There it is stored into some reservoir, some container. That is elevator clinker storage. Then adding gypsum. After this stage, some gypsum is added. Gypsum is a natural material. What is that? Calcium carbonate, CaSO4 dot 2H2O. That is gypsum. Calcium sulfate, CaSO4 dot 2H2O. That is gypsum. So that some amount of gypsum is also added to get better quality. Some gypsum, if you add around 2% of gypsum, if added, that gives better quality cement. So it is added up. It is not necessary, but gypsum makes the thing better. That's why 2% calcium sulfate is mixed together. Then again grinding. Obviously, because you have got again lump, that is clinker. That clinker is not useful. Again you have to grind it. Now it is again made powdery by grinding. Then elevator cement silos. That means again some sort of mesh size filter. Filtering powders. Then weighing and packing and supply. Going to the packets and sealed and supplied. This is the overall scheme. How we are making the cement. Huh? Elevator cement silos means here the particles after grinding also again very fine, medium, some quartz will be there. So these quartz will be separated out so that it can go once again into the grinding.
So one kind of
Filtering and then further grinding. Further grinding. If it is not coming in the desired quality size, it should go into the grinding machine once again. So that is cyclic way this goes on. Now the cement usually we know grey color. Portland cement is grey color. But depending on our requirement, you can make colorful cement also. So in the right hand side you see different colors are mixed together to make the cement colorful. So that way we are making mortars, different type of chips, mosaic colored, that is actually made out of some stone chips and some colored cements, white cement, colored cement. White cement is actually something else. This is Portland cement. White cement is like plaster of Paris. Okay, so that is a different one. Plaster of Paris is what? CaSO4, 2CaSO4 dot H2O. That is called plaster of Paris. Gypsum is CaSO4 dot 2H2O and plaster of Paris is 2CaSO4 dot H2O. Okay, that means the water crystallization is less into plaster of Paris. This plaster of Paris is also acting like a cement, though it is not very strong. It breaks if it falls from your hand. The plaster of Paris statue, if it falls from your hand, it breaks. That means the strength is not very good. But white cement is comparatively stronger. There are nothing but the different type of combinations and blending and how much of what is added that way. Okay. So now this is the stage 1 in detail. Calcareous and calcareous and means calcium compound actually. Calcareous means what? Calcium compounds. Calcium carbonate, limestone. And argillaceous means it is a aluminosilicate type of clay. These two things are taken. So silicates of alumina, it is written, you see, silicates of alumina. So limestone, marl, chalk. Chalk is also, limestone is a raw material that is coming from some hills, calcium carbonate raw material, and this chalk is also calcium carbonate. So suppose you can, if you have a used chalk, broken chalks, then you can use it there also. Okay, so different type of these chips or blocks all are taken and then grinded. Preliminary crushing mill will make the things small chips type, and then finally fine grinding mill will crush it into very fine powder. As fine you can make the powder, better will be the blending, and if the better blending you can do, you get better quality cement. It depends on two things. Number one, the ingredients that you are taking, quality I am telling. Blending, proper blending and proper heating. These three things necessary. One is the right raw material, number one is proper blending, now and then the last one, the proper heating also. Okay, this is the elevator. I was talking about elevator, this is the elevator. Elevator means some sort of conveyor belt. Lift. Elevator is lift. It is also lifting. Okay. We have a lot of different type of elevators. Some elevators we are using just for ourselves. We have elevators that is carrying materials from one place to another place. So that is conveyor belt type. Okay. So it is lifting materials into certain height. So that is also elevator. Okay. You have another type of elevator into mines. Have you seen the pictures? In the mines also you get some elevators. Coal mines. How the coal is taken out from the mine. It is some sort of cage. Okay, so all the coals are kept in the cage, and by machine it is automatically coming out. So human cannot do that, so machine is carrying it up. So that is also sort of elevator. So this is also some elevator. Now we have correction silos. Correction silos is the control, and ratio of components are mixed from this controller. This is the controller. These correction silos, you can give direction to the machine that how much percentage of what you want to mix, and accordingly your whole system machineries are fitted so that they can blend accordingly. 40% this, 60% that, 50-50. So whatever ratio you need, you can, from the correction silos, you can give direction to the machine. So that is correction silos, and it will also do the mesh size separation also. Mesh size separation as well as blending. Rotary kiln is actually heater. It is heated together into the flame heating. Okay, flame heating. The temperature is quite high. You see, 1400 to 1500 degrees centigrade. So at that this rotary kiln, the kiln is rotating, horizontally rotating, and in that is blending is going on and heating is also done. Then after that, elevator clinker storage. It is stored into some container. Storage in the huge tank. It is written already. Then you have addition of gypsum. Some amount of gypsum added to protect the clinker. 3% gypsum, 5% gypsum. Depending on the requirement, we can add it. Okay. So accordingly, you get the quality. And we have some quality control checking that how much gypsum is actually good. That is decided into particular company. Like you cannot predetermine it. You cannot just say that this much should be added. So depending on your company, like Birla Cement, Tata Cement, all are making on their own. They have their research and development center. So they are checking that how much should be added and how much then it will be better. Okay, quality we are getting better. So sometimes someone is claiming that we are making some better. So they are actually doing something of little bit of changes they are doing. Now finally the powdering the cement. The clinkers along with gypsum they are making powder. Okay. Then elevator cement silos. Cement silos again doing the filtering. Very fine powder is collected and the comparatively coarse one is rejected. Rejected so that it can go for further crushing. Nothing is wasted. It will go into the further crushing unit. Then weighing and automatic. All these things are automatic. It is going to the conveyor belt, which is rejected. That is going into another conveyor belt, falling into conveyor belt, and then this all the conveyor belt is running in such a way it is throwing into the crusher, automatically throwing the chips into crusher, and then finally very fine powdering is done and weighing and packing is done. All these things are automatic, and where these things are happening, it is very harmful for our health. Okay, because powder will be whatever precaution you take, powder will be there, means it will be floating in the air, and it is actually bad for our lungs. So that's why as far as practicable possible, everything is done by machines and people are not going very near to it. Achha, then finally going to supply. packets, cement packets that we have seen. We have seen the final products. Now this is the way how it is made. Okay.
The limestone and clay occur together without quarries, packing, fouling. The quarry trucks deliver the raw materials to the crusher, where the rock is crushed to smaller than 1
Crusher.
millimeter, 4 inches.
Elevator,
The raw materials are then stored ready for use.
raw material. These two things.
Stockpiles near the kiln where pre-blending takes place. About 80% limestone and 20% clay are ground in emulsions with water, producing very fine, thin paste called slurry. The chemical composition of the slurry is very carefully controlled by adjusting the
Mixing and blending is happening here.
and clay being used. The slurry is stored in large vessels ready for use. The slurry is spent into the upper end of a
This is the rotary kiln.
while at the lower end of the
Rotary kiln I talked about. This is the rotary kiln. Heating is done. See the flame heating. Direct flame coming out. But inside. It is not coming out outside.
and is strongly heated until it reaches a temperature of
Flame is thrown inside.
200 degrees Celsius, producing clinker.
Clinkers are formed here
Changes the limestone
by this blending and heating.
new minerals,
It is again elevated.
reacting with water to form a cementitious binder. The hot clinker is used to reheat the air or burning the coal, and the cold clinker is stored ready for use. The clinker is steadily ground with about 5%.
See, continuously raw material is coming, huh? And heating is done and collected. This is going up. The whole thing is automatic.
Setting characteristic of cement,
Then gypsum is added.
stored in silos, then carted to our morgue or packing.
Now it is carried to grinding mills. These both the things are collected to grinding mills. And there again it is cast, filtered and packaged unit. And whatever not coming in the desired quality, the size, then it is going back to the crusher once again. That is the way. Preliminary collection, raw material, blending, crushing, blending, and then heating, again forming clinker, again grinding, filtering, packaging. That's all. So easy. But it will need a crores of rupees to make this setup. Okay. So these are the packets that are this collected.